Namaskar, my name is Gaurish Borkar and we are studying the first chapter of Bruhat Jataka. Today we are going to study the 16th stanza of the first chapter of Bruhat Jataka. Let's start. So this is the stanza. We pronounce it like this. Kalpasva vikramagraha pratibhakshataani चित्तोत्थरन्ध्र गुरुमान भवव्ययानि लग्नाच्चतुर्थ निधने चतुरस्र संज्ञे द्यूनं च सप्तमग्रहं दशमर्क्षमाज्ञा. Yeah, we have studied this particular meter, so I'm not going to tell you the details of the meter. Just check if you remember which meter is this, okay? And if you remember the meter, you may comment the name of the meter in the comment box. Let's look at the meaning. In the previous stanza, we already learnt about few significations of the houses. Now this is a continuation of the previous stanza. So more significations of the houses are given in this particular stanza and they are as follows. So the nature of the 12 houses from Lagna is as follows. The first house indicates strength, the second house indicates wealth, the third house indicates valor, the fourth house indicates residence, the fifth house indicates intelligence, the sixth house indicates wounds, the seventh house indicates desires, eighth house indicates tragedy, ninth house indicates mentor, 10th house indicates respect, 11th house indicates the world, and 12th house indicates losses. Then the second part of the stanza, the fourth and the eighth houses are called together, they are called Chaturasra. The seventh house is called Dyuna and the 10th house is called Ajnya or the order. Now let's quickly look at the Padads. Kalpa, strength, Swa, wealth, Vikrama, valor, Gruha, residence, Pratibha, intelligence, Kshatani, efforts, Chittotha, desires, Randra, tragedy, Guru, mentor, Mana, respect, Bhava, Bhava, material world, Vyaya, losses. So this is the first part. Now let's look at the second part. Lagnath from ascendant, Chaturtha, fourth house, Nidhane, house of death, which is eighth house, Chaturasra, Saudne. So they are called Chaturasra. Dyunam means the term Dyunam. Saptama, it is seventh. Gruha. So Dyunam is the term for seventh house. And Dashamarksham, the 10th. Adnya, order. So the 10th house would be called as Ajnya. Okay, so these are the Padads. Now let's see what the commentators has to say about this particular stanza. One of the most interesting thing that Varamira has mentioned later in this particular chapter, I think in the next chapter, is you shall refer to various books and understand the significations of the houses. That just means that whatever Varamira has mentioned in these two stanzas is not good enough. And that's why what commentators have done is that they have collected the significations from various texts and then mentioned them together. Now let's see what they have to tell us about the significations of the houses. So the first house, well-being, physical appearance, fame. Second house, wealth, paternal inheritance, speech, domestic animals and eyes. Third house, valor, wickedness of mind and courage. Fourth house, residence, land, comforts, water and grace. Fifth house, intelligence, cheerful disposition, wisdom, merit from the earlier births. Sixth house, wounds and haters or the enemies. The seventh house, desire, dominance of women or the spouse, sexual activities, omens and travel. The eighth house, danger, misery, loss, theft, difficulties, obstacles, and servants. The ninth house, teacher, moral strength, fortune, effect of current birth on the next birth, the current deeds or the current karma on the next birth. The 10th house is respect and position. The 11th house is bhava, like the world, gains, fulfillment of desires, removal of miseries. The 12th house is loss of wealth, expenses, and destruction. Now, the commentators have also explained how to apply these 12 houses in case of various queries or various prashnas, or when we analyze the horoscope of a state or the horoscope of a king or the prashna related to the king. Let's see. So, significance of bhavas for query related to food. So, the first house indicates the food, the second house indicates the vessels, plates, and cutlery. The third house indicates eatable food to be chewed. The fourth house eatable food to be swallowed. The fifth house, the mental state of person who serves the food. The sixth house indicates the side dishes. The seventh house indicates liquid semi-solids like soups or buttermilk. The eighth house indicates staple food or the main course. The ninth house indicates company of people with whom you all are having the food. That is what is indicated by the ninth house. The 10th house indicates the satisfaction that you get or the querist get from the food. The 11th house is conversation during the meals. So the company with which you have the conversation. So the company is indicated by the ninth house, and 11th house actually refers to the subjects of the conversation or the chit chat. And the 12th house is rest after the meals. So maybe you may refer to the nap, or you just have some kind of a rest after having the lunch or the dinner. That's indicated by the 12th house. Now let's see how these 12 houses are applicable to the question related to the king or the ruler. So first house indicates the body and health of the ruler. The second house indicates the treasury of the state. The third house indicates the defense division, defense department of the state. The fourth house indicates the vehicles or the commute of the state. The fifth house indicates council and deliberations of the state. Sixth house indicates the enemies. Seventh house indicates the journey or the path that the state plans to travel. I mean, whenever this is the case where if somebody wants to attack some other state, or in such scenarios, the journey or the path. The eighth house indicates longevity. The ninth house indicates the thoughts and the feelings of the ruler or the king. The 10th house indicates the activities that the king or the ruler or the ruling party is doing, along with all the work that they wish to do. The 11th house indicates the gains by the king or the rulers, and 12th house indicates the losses of the rulers, okay, or the ruling party or the government. So this is how, whenever there is a question related to the ruler or the ruling party, this is how we may refer to the 12 houses. That is what is suggested by the commentators of this particular the Bruhat Jataka in this particular stanza. Now let's look at some special rules that are mentioned by the commentators. So what are those? The commentators say that when bhavas are joined with or aspected by their lords or beneficial planets or benefics, the bhava significations will thrive well. So if the house is joined or aspected by the lord of the house or the beneficial planets, then the significations of the bhava would thrive well. The 12 bhavas shall be judged either from the ascendant or from the moon, based on whoever is stronger. If the moon is stronger, then the chart shall be analyzed from the moon. If the ascendant is stronger, then the chart shall be analyzed from the ascendant. That is what the commentators tell us. Then again we speak about the terms which are used, like 4th and 8th houses are called Chaturasra, means in all directions. The 7th house is called Dyuna or spot. The 10th house is called Ajnya or power to pass order. So this is about this particular stanza, a very simple, quick and precise stanza. We will continue to learn about the next stanza in the next video. Namaskar.